Lovely starshine lights my way to bed. Magic rainbows glisten in my head. Just like a child I live in Wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.
Hi and welcome to Handmade by Ditsy Tulip. I'm Mel and thanks for stopping by. In today's video I'm going to be sharing a couple of makes, lots of fabrics and some plans. I'm not sure how frequently I'm going to be able to share videos in the coming weeks, so I thought I would share with you kind of all my fabrics and the plans that I've got, and then I can keep you posted as much as I can along the way. I do hope that you're all keeping well. I'm not going to go on about the virus and things because I'm hoping that everybody's hearing enough about that on the news, so I just wanted to position at the beginning. I'm not going to be releasing videos talking about that and things, but I'm going to try and post as normally as I can for as long as I can, but I'm not sure what will happen, of course, with family and work and everything else that's going on. So let's crack on with today's video. Let me share a couple of makes with you first of all. This first one is my second Mimi blouse that I've made, and this is some cotton lawn fabric that I've had from minerva.com. This is one of my blogger makes, so I've received the fabric for free in return for writing a blog post for Minerva. Probably won't get that much wear out of this in spring because it's not very spring colours, but I really love how it's turned out, and I thought I'd do a contrast collar with the grey, which I think picks up the grey really well out of the fabric. And then I've got nice little sparkly buttons. Let me just show you those. So hopefully you can see some nice little sparkly buttons as well. So I won't go into detail about this pattern because I've shared a more detailed review of the, I haven't even told you what pattern it is, have I? It's the Tilly and the Buttons Mimi blouse. So yeah, on my previous video I've shared a more detailed review of the pattern, so feel free to click the card to that if you've not seen it already. But yeah, I really like how it turned out, and I think this will get lots of wear in the autumn winter months. Not so much wear, as I say, in the spring summer because I like to wear bright colours throughout spring and summer. But really happy with how that turned out. I'll put a couple of photos in so you can see. One thing I just wanted to mention, something I've done for the first time which I found really helped me. When I came to sew the buttonholes, I was finding it really difficult to see the guideline that I'd transferred with Burda copy paper, but I was finding it really difficult to see the buttonhole markings for the height of the buttonholes. So what I actually did, I'll put a little picture in to show you. I just put a piece of masking tape across the top and the bottom where the buttonhole needs to go, and then that made it much easier to see where I needed to stitch. Obviously if you've got a sewing machine where the sensor setting works, you may not need to do that, but the sensor setting on my sewing machine doesn't work, so I have to do manual buttonholes, so I found that helped me a lot. So that's the first make. Secondly, whoops, I've not made this top. This is a ready to wear top, but what I have done is added a gorgeous Frida design using the Cricut machine. So I purchased this design from Etsy and it was only about £2.50 or something like that. I then cut it out on my Cricut machine and added it on to this top, and I think it really adds some great detail on what would ordinarily be quite a plain top, and I really like this shape of a top, so I'm definitely going to be making something like this. Please let me know any suggestions of patterns which are this kind of shape, where you've kind of not got a separate sleeve and quite a nice neck and just like a little keyhole at the back. So yeah, do let me know if you can think of any patterns, but I really liked how that turned out. And another top which is in my favourite colour at the moment, this lovely kind of dusky, pinky lilac colour. So that's the second thing that I've made. Moving on to fabrics and plans now. Most of what I'm going to be making is using up fabric which is in my stash, with the exception of the first two which I'm going to share. I did kind of think I needed to stock up on some knit fabric because I hadn't got any of that in stash, or in fact one piece. But I really like these Tilly and the Buttons fabrics, these stripes. So I've got one, can't quite tell whether that's black or dark blue, but anyway, with the nice rainbow stripes, and then the same in white. And what I plan to make with this one, hoping it's got enough stretch, I think it will have because it feels quite stretchy. I'm hoping to make a closet case patterns netty bodysuit, one with kind of longer 3/4 sleeves, but that's backless. I've made a couple of versions of that before and I really like that pattern. And I've actually had a new tattoo on my back, which is why I want something backless. So I've got that on show. It's only half finished yet, and I'm not sure now when I'm going to be able to get back in to my local tattooist to get it finished off, but hopefully by summer, where I'll be wearing more of the bodysuits and things, that will all be finished. So yeah, I thought I would make the netty bodysuit out of this colour, and then out of this one I think I'm going to make the, just got on here what it's called, the Sew House 7, what's it called? The Bridgetown backless dress and tunic. Obviously a tunic version because I've only got a bit of the fabric. I'm hoping I've got enough. But yeah, I thought with the white one I would perhaps go for something more loose fitting than something skin tight. But I still wanted something backless, so I thought that would be a good idea for that one. So that was the Sew House 7 Bridgetown. Okay, I've then got this fabric here which has been in my stash for ages. This was from the remnant basket at Abercan, so I'm not sure what it is, some kind of wool blend I would say. I really like the colour for spring and summer, this nice pink colour. And what I thought I would make is something from the Merchant and Mills workbook. I'll just show you the pattern. So I've not made this before. This is the Harmia jacket. So it's unlined. It's quite a loose fitting kind of boyfriend fit style. So yeah, I thought I'd give this pattern a go with this fabric. The only thing I'm not sure of is how well it will work unlined, so I may have to line it, but I'll see how I get on. I'm just thinking the type of fabric this is, it may stick to clothes too much if I don't line it. But yeah, that's what I'd got in mind for this fabric. This one I have shared on one of my previous videos, but I'll just share it with you again in case you've not seen that. This is a gorgeous Liberty of London Tana lawn. And I do plan to make another Mimi blouse, Tilly and the Buttons Mimi blouse with this, but add some contrast piping and hopefully a lace collar if I can get my hands on some lace. If not, I would again go for a contrast colour, maybe picking up the pink out of the flowers. So that's a really lovely fabric. Then got another piece of knit. This has been in my stash for quite some time. A nice blue small polka dot jersey, and I think I may make another netty bodysuit with this because I do find that the bodysuits are really great. They go with so many different things and are super comfortable because it's a bodysuit. I do find with some knit tops they can kind of ride up and things, but with the bodysuit of course you don't get that. So yes, that's what I'm thinking with this fabric. I've then got this nice dusky pink denim, which again has been in my stash for some time. I purchased this from Boz of the fabric Magpie, but I've not made anything up in it yet. And what I was perhaps thinking with this is the Closet Case Patterns Jenny overalls, but the trouser version, so like a high-waisted trouser. I thought that might go really well in that. It's a lovely quality, that is. And then this is another one I've had in my stash for ages. It's a really bright pink cord. I had got, you may have seen a previous video when I talked about this, probably about a year ago now, and this was also prepped for the Closet Case Jenny overalls, but actually as overalls. So yeah, still not 100% sure whether I would make the trousers or whether I would make the overalls, but I think that would be, again, a good thing to make from this because it's so bold and so bright. I think I could get a lot of wear with different styles of tops with that as trousers. That's that one. And then finally, I've got a piece of vintage French linen. This was white, and I've recently dyed it with a Dye-On dye into this lovely powder blue. It's not worked out brilliantly. I'll come in and show you why in a second. There are kind of some streaks and things on the fabric, but if I'm honest, I don't care. I think that will add to the character. Not decided at all what I'm going to make with this yet. I was thinking maybe some kind of dress, maybe like a fitted bodice and a gathered skirt or something like that, with it being this nice linen. But let me know any ideas that you think would work well with this. I think, how much have I got? It's quite wide because it was actually a vintage tablecloth. So it is quite wide, but I've not got a huge amount. Maybe 1.5 meters, something like that. But let me just show you how this dye is taken. So you can see it's a bit streaky. And on one side, it's kind of come out with patches like that, so I would have to make that the wrong side of the fabric. I'm not sure why that's happened, whether it's because it's a vintage fabric or what, I'm not sure. So yeah, there's some spots like that. But on this side, it's just little streaks, but as I say, I'm going to use that as adding to the character. So that's the lovely vintage linen. Okay, so that's it. That is my makes, fabrics and plans. That's going to keep me going for quite some time. Do let me know in the comments below what you're up to. What are you making at the moment? What are your plans for your spring and summer sewing? And is there anything that you're thinking of trying that you've not tried so far? I'd love to know. Do leave any links to any videos or any Instagram posts or anything like that in the comments below. I'd love to check out what you're making, what you've made and what your plans are. But other than that, that's everything. Have a wonderful week. Do stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you very soon.
All my dreams are coming. All my dreams are humming. All my dreams.